he will not even reach you. Because his idhn is not there. This idhn and permission is not the verbal legislative permission, but it is the existential and ontological permission whereby existence is in question. It is not something like, oh Allah, I'm interceding on behalf of this person. No. This is that ontological permission. مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يَشْفَعُ عِنْدَهُ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِهِ. In other words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that without His permission, you can do nothing. Because the whole world, if you go and see and think properly, you come to realize that it is full of means. You go home, you want to eat. How do you eat? With your hands. You eat with your mouth. Take the plate and eat with your mouth. You can't. This is a means. You put a plate, isn't it? You say, no, plate is no use because it's a means. It's shirk, If you use the means, it's shirk. So there's no plate. Can you do that? No. You want the plate should be used. It's a means. The table is a means. The chair is a means. You'll find, if you just think about it, you find that you are full of asbab, full of means. And this is what is the meaning of tawassul. When we go and see the gist of tawassul, people say, it is shirk. This is completely wrong. That you are saying that is shirk. Because tawassul means you take a wasila, you take a sabab. By sitting here and talking to you, I'm also doing tawassul practically. Why? Because I'm sitting here so that I can face you and talk to you. And many other things. You just think about the whole, your bed, where you sleep, where you eat, wherever you work. All these things are full of wasail. But still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, yes, I have made this world full of this wasail. But you cannot take advantage of this and reach to where you want except by my permission. يَعْلَمُ مَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمَا خَلْفَهُمْ. Allah knows what is in front of them and what is behind them. Allama Tabatabai and other scholars say this, Allah knows what is before them and behind them doesn't mean literally what is before them and what is behind them. No. Rather, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the future and the past. And even the present. Because this is a kinaya in Arabic. Sometimes you use an expression but you want to give another reality which alludes to that. Alright? And this is a kind of expression that alludes to this reality. That, يَعْلَمُ مَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمَا خَلْفَهُمْ. He knows everything. What is past, what is present, what is future. Obviously, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being infinite in nature, or His infinite reality is such that He is not absent anywhere. Therefore, He knows everything. وَلَا يُحِيطُونَ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنْ عِلْمِهِ إِلَّا بِمَا شَاءَ. See, ihata, when you say yuhitun, in fact, this verse is like a gift for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still giving us some beautiful gifts and telling us that, alright, I do consider that you have some knowledge. We don't have any kind of ihata of anything. Ihata means to encompass something. Tell me, what knowledge do we have, do we encompass today? Tell me anything that we encompass. Encompass means every element. You say that we encompass ourselves? No. Do we know each and every element of ourselves? No. You say, yes, we encompass the knowledge of our surroundings at home? No. We don't encompass. We look at the front elevation, the end elevation, and we also look at the thoughts of what the person is talking about. And we say, this person has a good heart and this person. But we really don't know the depth of whom we are facing. Because we don't have ihata, we don't encompass. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا يُحِيطُونَ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنْ عِلْمِهِ إِلَّا بِمَا شَاءَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they do not encompass even a fraction of His knowledge except what He wants. So it's as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, we do have knowledge, we do encompass knowledge, but whatever He wants, we encompass. Otherwise, we don't encompass no kind of knowledge which is conventional. You tell me what we only encompass knowledge like, for example, addition and subtraction. It's not something that is of, there is a front elevation or end elevation. We have a grasp, complete grasp. That thing which we have a complete grasp is what is encompassment. That also is Allah's property, but He is giving us. That is His knowledge, but He is giving us. You know, this verse is so powerful. There are some ulama that had reached very high stations. I remember in one of my talks I mentioned this, and I would like to repeat this. Very interesting hadith incident that transpired from one of the great ulama, Sayyid Haddad al-Musawi, the student of Sayyid Ali Qadi Tabatabai. He said once he went to the hammam and he wanted to do wudu, but he forgot to do wudu. He said, I don't know how to do it. Suddenly, he was one of the ulafa, one of the great saints, and he wants to do wudu. For some time, he's just thinking how to do wudu. And after some time, he realizes that yes, this is how I do wudu. This was just an example to him from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, mind you, every moment of yours is in my hands. If I don't want you to know this, you don't know. So each and every moment of, even if a person has got a lot of knowledge with him, he has memorized a lot, he is known for that, he should never even think that this is his, because only it belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا يُحِيطُونَ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنْ عِلْمِهِ إِلَّا بِمَا شَاءَ وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Samawati wal-ard. See here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions heavens or skies and earth. Here ulama say that there are 7 levels of the reality of existence. This is known as Sab'a Samawat. Not that there is a sky here and then when you go beyond, then there is another sky, then you go beyond, there is another sky. All these are physical. Even if you go beyond and you get like that 1 million skies, still, that is still the world. That is one. Beyond that is a metaphysical sky, which is not material. And beyond that is even higher in level. It is not something which is mahdood and limited. This is what are known as skies and samawat. So, wasi'a kursiyuhu samawati wal ard. His control envelopes all the heavens and the earth. Everything is in his control. This is what his kursi is. But if you look at it from the Wahhabi point of view, wasi'a kursiyuhu samawati wal ard, it means that he must be so big in nature that his throne is, encompasses or extends to 7 skies and earth. It's going to be a very big throne, and then he's going to be a big person. It's not like that. Allah Ta'ala amma yakuluna uluwan kabira. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is exalted, and what these people are talking about him, much, much exalted. Uluwan kabira. Because this is something which is material. Allah is metaphysical. We are told, أَيْنَمَا تُوَلُّوا. The Holy Quran is explicit. أَيْنَمَا تُوَلُّوا فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ. Whithersoever you turn, Allah's countenance is there. Allah is there. Because He is infinite in existence. Therefore, وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ is not that, His kursi or his literal chair extends like that. No, his control is such that all the heavens and the earth, Darul Wujud, whatever is in existence that he has created is in his control. وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. يَؤُودُهُ in Arabic is يُثْقِلُهُ. Yuthqiluhu is making, keeping a kind of a burden and pressure on him. وَلَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا وَهُوَ. To maintain and to preserve the heavens and the earth does not cause any kind of heaviness on him. Because وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. He is much high and exalted and great. Ali and Azim has two connotations. Ali means that he is the first and primary in the chain of existence. Alright? So who is Ali? Azim talks about greatness. He is infinite in greatness. And therefore, وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. So because he is Ali and Azim, لَا يُثْقِلُهُ لَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُ. Don't think that it makes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is carrying this heavens and the earth like somebody is carrying something. No. He is in fact infinitely powerful. That thing is suspended to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever is created by Allah, that is mahdood. That is completely feeble and weak. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is infinitely powerful. Do we have time? لا إكراه في الدين. There is no compulsion in religion. Why? لا إكراه في الدين doesn't mean that a person will come and tell you that I'm not going to compel you to believe. There are times when a person is compelled. If he is in an Islamic government, he is told that either believe or pay tax. If it's an Islamic government, he is told that he has to believe. Otherwise, he has to pay a tax, because this is a ruling from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But La ikraha fi din, the meaning of La ikraha fi din is this: that religion is not something that can be forced upon somebody. Because this is something to understand. You will find that a person, if you tell a person be a Muslim and give him a lot of money, he will accept the money, and even out from the outside he will be a Muslim. But in reality he has not understood Islam. How can he be a Muslim? He will not be a Muslim. So in reality he is not a Muslim, but he has accepted your gifts. And overtly from the outside, because you can't force a person the religion. Religion is something to be understood. And sometimes you will find that the person accepts it, but doesn't verbally accept it. He has understood it, but doesn't verbally accept it. And sometimes he has not understood it. You can't force over him and say, no, you must be a Muslim, or you must accept truth. Truth is something to be understood and obeyed. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي. Things are clear. Truth and falsehood are completely bayin. You have to go and search for it. We don't want to tell you this is the true thing and this is falsehood. One of the very important things here that we Shias and we Muslims should try to develop, especially in our environment, is this: that make the person whom you are doing hidayat a thinker, a proper thinker. Don't tell him that you have to pray like this, you have to fast like this, you have to, for example, believe in Shiaism. No. Make him a thinker. Once you have made him a thinker, then give him the relevant books and say, whatever you find is correct, follow it. If you don't find it is correct, don't follow it. And you will find that when he's a thinker and he knows how to think properly, he will get to his destination. But if you just impose and say, no, you have to follow and you have to pray like this. I remember, I'll give you a personal experience. I was in a certain madrasa for some time. And we had a person who made himself to be a Shia. He said, I'm a Shia and so on. But he was not a Shia, he was a Wahhabi. But he stayed in that madrasa and ate properly and got all the advantages. Once he got the opportunity to go to Iran and he saw some of his brethren also acting or following their Wahhabism there and not caring, he also joined them and showed his true colors. You cannot force a person. But what was our loss? We made him to pray like us over there. We would say, let's see, you are free. So long as you have not been convinced, pray the way you are. You want to pray. But let us make him a thinker. Once we have made him a thinker, we tell him this is how you logically go to the proofs. This is what you approach. This is how you should approach. You'll find the matter is solved. If not today, after 20 years, but he will remember you. He'll say, yes, he gave me the right path. Because he taught me how to think. See, today many of the things that people don't get is because of wrong thinking. Even in business. In business, the failures that a person gets, they come to realize, from this dimension I did not think. If I would have thought from this dimension, then all these blunders would have not been there. So it's very important, and that's why you find they put some counselors are there, they go to those people and seek their advices, and they pay them very much, and they see that there is results, because these people know what to do in that field. It can be business, it can be other affairs, and whatever. The most important thing is this. قَدْ تَبَيَّنَ الرُّشْدُ مِنَ الْغَيِّ. Allah says everything is clear. 1,24,000 prophets have gone. The Holy Quran is full of examples. You have traditions which talk about the lives of the Prophet. You have the traditions of the Aimma alayhimus salam. You have the best resources. قَدْ تَبَيَّنَ الرُّشْدُ مِنَ الْغَيِّ. Now it is upon you. فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى لَا انْفِصَامَ لَهَا وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. قَدْ تَبَيَّنَ الرُّشْدُ مِنَ الْغَيِّ. Now everything is clear. Now it is upon you to choose. You can choose anything you want. But you are a person who is a human being, isn't it? You are not a crazy person. If you are crazy, or if you are a person who is careless, then again, the trouble is there. But if you are careful, فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ, whosoever denies the taghut and shaitan and whatever makes him far from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ, and he believes in Allah, not only verbally, but intellectually, presentially, and epitomizes belief in himself, he becomes a believer. وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى, then verily he has clung himself to the very firm rope. لَا انْفِصَامَ لَهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, lan. When lan is used, that means never. لَا انْفِصَامَ لَهَا. لَا انْقِطَاعَ لَهَا. That means it's never going to be cut. That rope is so strong that it will take you to the destination with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لَا انْفِصَامَ لَهَا وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. Allah is the all-hearing and knowing. See, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Sami'un Alim, that means that He hears everything, so He knows what's happening, and He knows who really are saying the truth, who are just vocalizing, and those who say the truth, because yes, you can cheat a man in this world for so many years. We have seen examples of people, from the outside they have come to believe, and they have been in the society for 40, 50 years, and suddenly you find that they are bought by an organization, given a lot of money, and they've changed their face overnight. You say, overnight, how can this person that I was seeing every day praying, how can he be like that? But you don't realize those 40, 50 years were not in piety. It was just getting the opportunity. The opportunity had not come. When the opportunity struck, he went and with the Taghut. When you say, فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ, it's not only beliefs. Today I will tell you, many things are in question. Can we do business with Israel? Can we buy goods from them? No, but then Israel, not all are Zionists. My brothers, today is a test. Every time, everybody has different tests. Our test is that we should be very, very careful. We should be very careful in our dealings. Whom are we dealing with? Sometimes you find that there is an organization like United Nations who wants that we bring something for United Nations, for example. Do we agree United Nations to be something which is doing the right thing? And by printing what we are going to print for them, are we doing the right thing? So, helping the Taghut can be easily done in different ways. Sometimes you don't even realize it. This is your job. Printing is your job. And a Taghut comes, let's say, and says, I will give you 15 times more than others are giving you. Do it for me. Will you do it? 15 times more. And you know that this is a very huge business. Will you do it? وَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ. It's not only verbal, it's not only intellectual, it is something which is practical. And we have seen, unfortunately, that some people in other parts of the world do go astray, and they cannot control themselves. They say, "No, this is business. This is not. I believe in God. I pray every day. You don't see me in the mosque." But do you think the meaning of praying is to go to the mosque and pray only? Praying means that how did you talk with your brother today? Praying means how did you deal with your servant today? Praying means that are you concerned of the community or are you selfish? Praying means did you really show tawadu and humility among your Muslim brothers? Were you humble or were you arrogant? This is the meaning of prayers. Islam is not something which is just for the minds and the hearts. Islam is something that is for the action. There is a movement, there is a dynamism that should go in our hearts and minds, because we are for a very high station. Ya ayyuhal insan, in Surah Al-Inshiqaq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhal insan, innaka kadihun ila rabbika kad'an. You are struggling to your Lord laboriously for mulaqih, but you are going to meet Him. But how do you want to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Like a layman, really, depending on your knowledge, you're going to be resurrected. The reality is there. That if your knowledge is extremely low, you'll find that your resurrection will be like that. Not that you will not go to Jannah, no. Many of us, inshallah, all of us, inshallah, will go to Jannah. But the stages will be different, depending on the ma'rifah, depending on the ta'ah. The darajat of Jannah is not only 1, 2, 3. Yes, the doors of Jannah are known to be 8, but the darajat, according to one riwayah, the darajatul Jannah are according to the ayat of the Holy Quran. Every ayah that you recite, you will be told, Iqra warqa. Read and ascend. That means when you read, that means you follow it and epitomize it in yourself so that you can go higher. This is what is Jannah. Sex is about. Allahu waliyul ladina amanu. Allah is the guardian of those people who believe. يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور. He takes them out from darknesses to light. والذين كفروا أولياؤهم الطاغوت. But those who disbelieve, when we say kafaru, again, it's very important to understand. Kafaru are those people who realize the truth, yet they deny. We are not talking about those who don't know the truth and are not believing in the truth, because they don't know. For those, they are known as mustadar. They are going to be dealt with by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many of them, don't be surprised, many of the Christians and the Jews and the Hindus and all that will end up in Jannah because they were mustadar. But that doesn't mean that those people who know, they don't have responsibility. No, we have responsibility to struggle and to know, as we say, that our station will be according to the ma'rifah that we have. So, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَوْلِيَاؤُهُمُ الطَّاغُوتُ. And those who disbelieve, their friends and their guardians are shaitan. يُخْرِجُهُمْ مِنَ النُّورِ إِلَى الظُّلُمَاتِ. He takes them out from light towards darknesses. أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. These are the companions of fire, and they shall abide therein forever. Now when we say Ashabun Nar, doesn't mean they will be the companions of fire. Ashabun Nar, they are, as we said yesterday, if you remember, that there are some beings that create fire on us. And that's why the angel who comes at the time of Salat says that, pray and قوموا على نيرانكم التي أوقدتموها على ظهوركم فادفعوها بصلاتكم. That means stand on the fire that you have created on your backs and extinguish it through your salat. That means that أولئك أصحاب النار doesn't mean they are those people who will be the companions. They are أولئك أصحاب النار. Many of us try to, change the meaning, the literal meaning of the verse of the Holy Quran, but the literal meaning is this. Now here, just want to tell you a very important point here, and then we conclude, because I know time is limited and we can't go more from what we've already discussed. Here, there are two kinds of wilayat spoken about. One is wilayat of Allah and one is wilayat of shaitan. If a person has wilayat of Allah, that means he is fleeing from shaitan. It's a natural process, because shaitan takes you towards naqa'is and deficiency, and Allah takes you towards perfection. So when we say Allahu waliyul ladina amanu yukhrijuhum min al-dhulumati ila an-nur, it's a reality that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for those who believe, Allah takes them slowly and gradually from the darknesses that they have, the kind of, for example, even those people who are doing small sins and they are believers, those people who are also making